The first one.
The first pillar that is very, very important is finance. You see there, guys, imali bafethu, imali ebalekile emshadweni ukuthi ni understand ukuthi in order for you to execute or to push for umshado that is healthy, that is proper, guys, you need to get down into imali niyithole kahle. Because once into imali, right. Remember ne, imali gives power. Imali gives power. So you don't want any of the two to have power over someone, to dominate someone ngemali. Because once kusekhona dominance angisayipushi kahle lento enipusha, because this other one udominator lo ukuthi mina nginemali, lo dominator lo ukuthi nginemali, yabo. So in imali, one, as okay, thina as we said to you guys, tina we don't subscribe to this thing ukuthi a couple should marry out of community of property, because if umuntu enze kwenzeka lokho kuyokwenza, we don't subscribe to that.
You already can I say something? You're already setting your marriage up for failure. Because first of all, your marriage is gonna start to be basis yokuthi ningena nani. If you are not marrying in community of property, you are uvula gap yokuthi umshado wakhe kube about material things, because the reason for other marriage contracts is the conditions zalawo contracts, it's in case nihlukana, then ama assets wena yakwazi ukuhlukaniseka or whatever the case may be. So lawo contracts are provision for when you are senzohlukana, you understand. So for us, that's a no, because you're already setting up yourself for failure to say, okay, eventually sizohlukana, so then marriage contract yethu must give us room to be able to sihlukane in peace, you understand.
Yeah.
So
but
for us
but we know ukuthi on that topic, married in community of property, out of community of property, kunama views amaningi, because of our very experience.
Controversial.
We are not there today.
Yeah.
But what we want to talk about, as you guys, Tina, what we understand, we are one. So now the state or anyone, the banks, everyone, unbona njengomuntu oyi-one financially, because now you are married, khona nento ekuthiwa a joint account, which means now you are one. So you need to get this thing right, because what we are trying to avoid is dominance. Nobody should dominate this relationship. Nobody should be the one to say, just because mina nginemali, I'm the one who bought this, I'm the one who did that, I'm the one who did, because you don't want to dominate your partner or to use imali to punish your partner. If we are fighting, then that's how you protect these pillars, because this is the first pillar. So you protect any issue around the mali. You don't want to dominate, because manje, if one of you on a mali is going to try to dominate omunye, what is going to happen is the other one will be like, I need to get my own money, because money now is the problem. I feel less important in this relationship. I feel less respected in this relationship, because I'm not the one who is bringing money into the family. But the understanding that money belongs to both of you, money belongs to the relationship. This is what makes umshado stands. So imali, you take the money, you put, I need to remember we said you are holding this gold, both of you. So once you nenze money, you are taking the money straight to the relationship, because this relationship, this good relationship that we are talking about, idinga ukufinancwa yona. It's not about you. It's not about you. I'm working this. That's why we said my background with him. People say because we're doctor, and I'm no doctor, so umshado wetu, because of our salaries and all, it doesn't work like that. you can have umuntu oyedwa osebenzayo but imali nazi ukuthi nenzani, imali ibelonga kunina. Anything that you do ngemali niyayidiscussa, niyavumelana.
Nalo dominate-ayo in case ukuthi khona one dominance because unemali eningi. What if the other partner naye sekethola imali, sekuyi-divorce phela leyo, because naye sekezothola i-right yokuthi azama ukudominate lo, akusadominate-heki, yabo, because naye uzobona ukuthi angisena power, you know. So then sisahlelele nasihlukane.
So you will want to dominate, to punish your partner ukuthi yabo ululu ngoba kasebenzi, njengoba engangihloniphi kanje, njengoba esho kanje kimi. Instead of addressing the elephant in the room, if unokulonga kakhuluma nami kahle, let me address lokho alone, not to say ukuthi because unokulonga akakhuluma nami kahle, what I will do, I'm not gonna buy her amashu izicathulo ezintsha, I'm not gonna buy her iphone. It doesn't work that way, because naye ukapable engathola yakhe imali, then what is going to happen? Ngizothi ngiyaqala ngithi ungakhulumi nami kanjalo, akhulume kanjalo. Why? Because useyazi ukuthi ahead of the punishment. Yabo angisakhona ukumpunish. So guys, be careful, guide this pillar. Money belongs to both of you. We ngale singakhuluma the whole day trying to tell you ukuthi imali, and those people who says we're going to get married but mina I'm going to keep my salary, naye uzogcina salary yakhe. As we said, money gives power. Uzomenzana umuntu onemoto yakhe, angithi no thune nemoto, unemoto yakhe na unemoto yakhe. Uzomenzana umuntu onemoto yakhe ngoba uzokutshela ukuthi angiyabuya. And remember ne, lama pillars affecta ayaxhumana kanje, because now when someone uzoveletha uyaphuma, lokho kwi-relationship sek-affect i-trust. Uyaphi? Akutshela ukuthi uyaphi ngoba unemali. Umuntu onemali ke kunzima ukumcontrol.
Uyispenda kanjani,
uyispenda nobani.
Like,
so nje guys, imali eyenu, don't get that wrong. Whether uyiwani umuntu osebenza, but imali eyomshado, imali eye relationship, it belongs to a relationship. Anyone ozayo ezocela imali, you sit down, you say uzoyithola kanjani imali, because manje sinemali ebelonga ku relationship. Omunye uzobuza, does that mean now unokulunga mefuna ukuthenga mhlambe izinto zakhe ezi-private? There's nothing private phela emshadweni. Uma efuna ukuthenga izinto zabantu besifazane, uzozala esho ukuthi baby ngiphelelwe izinto zabantu besifazane. Nami ngifuna ukuthenga izinto zabantu besilisa, ngizosho ukuthi futhi ke mina ke angangiphathela ngisho zabantu besilisa, anginankinga. So yeah. Excuse me.
Okay, the next one.
So the next one. So we, maybe you can ask questions ngemali and then sizoqala lapho ke siphendule. The next one is, if nima phambi komfundisi you are saying you niyashada, as we said ukuthi the Bible says uNkulunkulu wathi ku-Adam, indoda yoshiya abazali bayo inamathele kunkosikazi wayo. So that word, most people misinterpret, usecabanga ukuthi umuntu uzovele nje ngibambane nokulunga ngibalekele uma wami ngibalekele ubaba wami. It doesn't work that way, guys. It talks to the issue of responsibility and priority. Now when I was single, bengizoprioritize ingane zasekhaya, bengizoprioritize my mother. So it's like for a typical example, it's like you are sitting in the room. When you are single, your mother and your father, they are sitting next to you. So but when you are saying now we are shared, it's like you are saying now my wife will be number one, my mother and my father, they will be number two. But it's not like they are gone forever. I'm not gonna, they are just number two in terms of a priority, because now there is a relationship that we are trying to build with this a baby of mine. So we are trying to build something. So we are saying that now they are number two to the relationship that we are talking about. because we are trying to build this institution, so both of us, we prioritize the institution, we take responsibility of the institution. So anyone ozayo, that's why Betty, you must be careful of a third person, umuntu wesithathu
mesengena nimphebeza nobabili.
Yes.
First discuss ukuthi hayibo uyambona uma kodwa ukuthi uzama ukwenzani, naye engitshela ama-feelings wakhe ukuthi hey ngiyambona or hayi angimboni, ubonani, we discuss it, and then we go as a unit and be like, Mom, can you please give us space in this department, like we are fine, as a unit. But if Umsa is to go to Umamaki individually and say, Mom, just stay away from Noblunga, or I'm irritated, that becomes a crack between Unoblunga and Omawaki, because then it's not something that you both discussed. It's something that I spoke out of anger, and then he took it to Umama without my consent. Can't mean I was just talking my frustrations, you understand? So come together, speak about an issue enibonayo too that's coming from outside parties, and then discuss ukuthi nizoyiresolve kanjani, then move forward too.
Because there are no-go areas in this thing. The no-go area number one is that you don't share anything that is pertaining this relationship with other person. Let's say Ululu is angry with me. You must know that is a rule. That is a golden rule. If you have a problem now, you first share it with me, because you have a problem with. Once we're at the start, the problem with including anyone, any member of the family or your friends or anyone to ama problems wako, to say hey yazi uNokulunga uyangidina mina ungenza kanje, angeke beze besuke kuleyo nto leyo. Bazothi every time bebona uNokulunga, they will think ukuthi is this Nokulunga ohlukumeza umsa in this manner, kanti that time ngangikhuluma out of anger. Now thina sibuyile sayiresolve lento, but ama family members asasele lapho kuleyo nto leyo.
Especially as women, we like to have confidence. Like we like having girl talk. We like having, ibadi esokhuluma naye, If you have to have someone you want to talk to, about into ekuhlupha emshadweni wakho, let it be someone who doesn't know you or your husband. Go for a counseling session, grab literally umama ongakwazi estradeni and be like, you yazi ngishadile and indoda yami like iyangifrikanya, please help, you understand, so that that person uzokunikeza naye honest advice from their experience, and then angeke akunikeze a biased advice ngoba uyamazi umsa or uyakwazi wena you are her sister or ubhuti wakhe, and then uzothi no Nokulunga wrong, even though situation yabonakalisa ukuthi no man you are the wrong, but because ubhuti wakhe uzothatha iside lakhe, you understand.
So guys, once you believe that marriage it's God's plan, now you know, and now you know what you are doing, you know what you are trying to accomplish, my goals, whatever that you can throw around the relationship. Now you are able to teach people, to people around you who are trying to interrupt what you are doing. But man shadile in any relationship, sometimes in ama mistakes are silly. We talk about this, we talk about that. But now once you understand what you are doing, you are able to tell your friends, you know what guys, mina ngishadile, this is what I'm trying to achieve. So we are friends,
responsible.
but asizidluli la, siyaphela la. Even if you find your parents, any of your parents, to be in any way they were toxic in your relationship, you are able to call them and say, guys, we find you to be toxic in our relationship in this way. This is what we are trying to achieve. And Nina, guys, you are trying to interfere with the very core of this thing that you are trying to achieve. Whether they might be interfering with finance, mostly, but they will interfere with finance, mostly. They will also interfere with a responsibility, as we are talking about priority. Sometimes I remember yesterday besikaphe uma simhambisa ewandrasi sinoNokulunga. So siyamtshela uma ukuthi, do you know ukuthi there are kunama mamezala
mother-in-law.
Your mother-in-law and your daughter-in-law, they will fight over ukuthi ubani ozohlala kwi-front seat.
Yeah, emotweni.
Yeah.
And at that time, my mom-in-law, she's sitting with front seat, like for the reason yokuthi mina I had to sit a back seat because there were 2 car seats, the children bakuma car seat wabo, and then mina I need to squeeze in kule space esincane in between, and then it was only bekwenza sense ukuthi kube wena ohlala front seat. But there are wives who fight with their mother-in-laws in the front seat.
Yeah.
You know, and there are mothers who fight.
Yeah.
You know,
because you'll be told by your mother or your father, you know what, my boy, you need to get married now. I need a wife now. Now you take that. Now you shatter. Under ama reasons are wrong. You are trying to please your family. Now they will control you. But why? Because you don't know what you are doing. Understand what you are doing. Sit down with your partner and say, bruh, what are we actually doing? What are we trying to achieve with this relationship? Then you are able to position anyone around you to say, take your position, this is what we are trying to do. So,
and what we also discussed is that in cases like that, the son, you know, doesn't know what to do with situation ekanjalo. He doesn't know ukuthi akazi ukuthi athathe iside likama wakhe or athathe likankosikazi wakhe, but fanele athathe iside likankosikazi wakhe uma wakhe abe number 2. And kwabanye bomama ihlali kahle leyo nto leyo, but that is the institution of marriage. That is what marriage is. You prioritize umfazi wakho first.
Yes, priority. So this word talk about ukuthi you are going to reprioritize your parents, bring your family like closer to you now, as you are going to go out, build a certain house there and then live with them, because now they are your first priority. But it doesn't mean ukuthi umama kasezoyigibela imoto yakho, these strange things that people are doing. Stop doing that. It's just they are still there, like just that you position them in a very, very good way to say, now just take your position in this way, not in a bad way, not in a bad way.
And
just
and to guys out there who are struggling with this, you need to make a decision. You need to tell your mother or whoever in your family who's doing that rift between you guys, to tell them, Mom, listen, if you do not accept umngami, if awumthanda umngami, kushuthi awungithandi mina, so kushuthi I am not welcome in my own home. Yabo, if you can't welcome my own wife in your home, kushuthi nama I'm not welcome, kushuthi you'll never probably see me again. You know, I'll never step foot here, because angeke ngize ngifike ngedwa, angeke ngimshiye phela. Yabo, so you need to try and fix a relationship yakho nomngami, yabo, so that nami ngizoba nayo igoals lokuthi ngifike lekhaya, ngifike naye, yabo. And you also speak to your wife ukuthi now try work on a relationship normal, try make her understand who you are, you understand. But the person who will be able to make that relationship work is the guy, because he was the one who introduced untombazana kumama, no mama to untombazana. So uye faneka abeke inyawo phansi athi ma unkosikazi wami lo makuwukuthi awumamukeli kushuthi nami awungamukeli. So even if it's the girl who's in that predicament yokuthi ifamily yakhe ayimamukeli umyeni wakhe, then uyamchazela ukuthi guys, makuba animamukeli umsako kushuthi nama nisangifuni phela, yabo. So kushuthi angeke siseza lekhaya, because nomzana imfuni angeke ngize ngifike ngedwa, ngifike neingane ezingamsanga ngithi ayike ngizovakashela umama noba kuphi umsaka. We are one, like we are one forever in everything. So third parties need to understand that. If they still want to continue and be the rift, then never exclude.
Yeah.
As painful as it is, exclude them.
So then that is the second point that you are talking about, to say the responsibility. You are we next of kin.
Yeah.
If anything happens to me, the first person they are going to call is
not
Lulu. And exactly the same way.
Yes.
If Lulu has a problem, the first person they are going to call, it's me.
And I struggled with this, like you know, when you like as newlyweds, when you fill in forms, I need to like you more look fill in my forms, you put your mom as next of kin and whatnot.
Yeah.
You know, there's some forms like I would put my mom, but I'm like, yo, Mara, and then it's still playing in my head, which if I were to be bumped by a car and these people had to call someone, shooting my mom's gonna know first before umsa. And then you come back to your senses to no man, next of Kenya umsa kahle kahle.
Yes.
And then isukela lapho le nto leyo ukuthi your next of kin, whatever happens to you, he or she will be the first person to be notified and to be called, not your mom,
That's why
not your brother, not your sister, your wife or your husband.
So in the kuleye mali we were saying ukuthi money gives power. So imagine if someone is going to be unruly, go out anytime, enze noma kanjani, you are responsible for that person. Now
Yeah.
it affects the second point to say I'm not responsible for this person because this person because unemali wenza ngendlela athanda ukwenza ngayo because imali imnikeza ipower. And there is something that we also want to talk about to warn our parents ukuthi, okay, now we were talking about the side of the son-in-law to say indoda iyona yabo there are problems ngabo, and on the other side ne kunama families that mina I know ukuthi moshada ingane yabo, we know them nje ukuthi moshada ngathi mhlawumbe ushada igold baze besho even ingashada ukuthi yabo mina umuntu oshada usibanibani ngifuna enze ukuthi hey now you are influencing your daughter to go and dominating ngane yabantu lapha, because when you think maybe you have the best daughter in the world or whatever, you raise your daughter well,
nalento ukuthi yey aze nje wazi ukuthi usesenekhaya sisi.
Yes, all those toxic inkulumo eziphuma kubazali is toxic leyo nto. Why you say that? They are getting married, these people, they are building a community, understand what they are doing. You are saying ukuthi mabekushaya wena ubuye wena mntanami asikuxoshanga thina ekhaya. What all those things they tend to be very very toxic in what you guys are trying to build. So nabazali, they should play a role to say, okay, my daughter, go there, help this guy build a family. My family should say, go there, be helped by this lady, allow this lady to help you build a family, because according to the Bible, she is a helper. Ne? You are here to help. So yes, guys, that is our
we are here to help each other. Like the Bible says, I'm the like ihlukanisa ngama roles. Mara when you're actually into the institution, yabona time and guys siyancedana like like I think iBhayibheli it says it in the context yokuthi I'm helping you obviously elongate your family line, yabo. So I'm going to be the one who's going to be bearing children, and then like if family yakhe yakhula kanjalo. But in terms of like the relationship itself,
but like while we are engaging, guys, there are other topics that we are going to talk about, like what does it mean, because in the setup of umshado, hospitality belongs to my wife. That is,
I disagree.
That is natural, but we are not talking about that today.
Okay.
But then, like, it's natural because yabo, if abangani bami befika la abayitholi reception, even angithi mina bayazi abangani bami, kodwa mebefika le ekhaya abayitholi reception right kunkosikazi wami, they are not going to come back. So hospitality it belongs kumuntu wesifazane, protection belongs to a man.
Not all the time.
Yeah, but we are not talking about that today.
You made your point out.
Yeah.
Nama bama bangani mebefika la and umsa's just like, oh hi, bye. You know, they're not gonna feel welcomed, yabo. Like I have an aunt, yabo, whose husband is not so welcoming. Yes, she's my aunt, but when we are in her home, we are stepping on eggshells. You understand? It's uncomfortable to be there because Tina's understand and with the man is the head. So like we are both setting the tone in the home. Like njengoba ngisho ukuthi yeah, nah, he's saying I'm the helper, he's saying I'm the hospitality. I'm saying we are both that, because when his people come, I need to welcome them. When my people come, he also needs to welcome them. You understand? So I mean, that's my view.
But then, yeah, we differ sometimes, as you can hear. But then, you know, when we sit down, sikuluma,
And there
we'll
was a
come
situation
back
where
to one conclusion.
there was a situation where even in Msa's family there was a couple that we used to visit a lot, where the woman Nai, in fact she was like people like they don't understand it actually, you know, but as soon as you walk into the house, we as with no man, we are stepping on eggshells, Lana. We are not welcome, gahle, you understand? Until she opens up her mouth or she opens up to you, and then you realize it's okay, no, now she's settling in, yeah, but okay now. But as soon as you walk in, we have so for some people it's the men, for some people it's the woman, yeah, but so
Yeah, that's a topic for another day.
eish,
We are going to talk about this. So the third pillar is sex.
ooh.
That is the third pillar.
Yeah.
Sex. Utansi. That one is very, very important, guys. As money, as responsibility, next of kin, whatever that you can say, or goes are together, living with parents, living with friends, and whatever. The third pillar is sex. This one is very, very important. Emshadweni, yabo, is a third pillar, and izo affectwa ilawa manye futhi, because let us say you are this family that is prioritizing money over everything. You don't care about anything. All you care about, we want to be millionaires, we want to be billionaires. So you are overworking yourself. Unkosikazi uyasebenza ebusuku, ubani uyasebenza, ubani uyasebenza. Then now, ukhathele. Now, you don't, those things may result in intimate. Yeah, they may affect your intimacy in the relationship, which is very, very important.
And that's what makes people think that they've fallen out of love.
Yeah.
Because they have prioritized two of the points and neglected the one.
Yeah.
And then when they want to engage in the one that they've neglected, and then the abanai point of connection kuleyo phila, yabo, and then they panic, oh, should satandani, oh, should he, like, we've fallen out of love, you know. It's because you've allowed the finance to drift you away from a sex, from next of kin. You've made it with in drift away manje mase kuyisikha senifikile ku financial goal yenu. Now it's time to come back to these two, akusabuyeleki, yabo.
Yeah.
So it's to say ukuthi you need to work on three of them all at the same time.
Prioritize all of them
at the same time.
Because now is sex, the issue of sex, ne? Let's say you made your money, you know, once you unemali yakho, that's why most couples, they will divorce. Sebeyenzile imali, they were struggling all along, and then masebenza imali, now sekunama issue of cheating.
Yeah.
We hear girls saying, yimi ngimenzile lona, ubengeve better, ngamlungisa, ngamgqokisa kahle, manje usiyangijithela, uchithela ba. Why? Because when you were focusing on ukuthi ngiyamenza, ngiyamthengela, ngiyamenzana, kanti hey, le ndoda bekumele uyinike isex phela enye into. Indoda nje befanele ukuthi uyinike isex, indaba ukuthi uyithengela ingubo, uyithengelani, nayo leyo beyibalekile ngoba shothi boyenza ngaleyo ndlela, but nansi enye ade ibalekile. So manje lo bhuti lo, njoba wena ubusumfida, as we were saying ukuthi imali fanele, you must make it clear ukuthi money belongs to both of you, because imali create ama problems. Because umuntu wesilisa mezizwe ngenapower emalini, uba ne self esteem low, as a result uye akakhona uinitiate isex. Yabo? So manje mengakhona initiate sex, uyabo, this pillar of imali is affecting the other one now, because this guy now ayisakhona uinitiate isex, and you know, in the relationship mostly abantu besilisa ibona aba-initiator isex. Abantu besifazane abaningi, they are not used to ukuthi kube yibo. So now kube khona leyo nto ukuthi aniyenze sex, and do you know ukuthi the biggest enemy of a relationship is cheating. People are cheating because they are not getting this thing in the relationship. They are not getting respected.
That is the one reason at Bible that God allows for a divorce. If you find your partner cheating, then you have the choice to divorce them. Also, you have the choice to stay with them, forgive and stay with them. But that is the only reason at Bible that allows for you to opt for a divorce, is when your partner has committed adultery against you. And what I would like to say on this point is that sex is one of the primary needs to men. It's not our primary needs, but what does the word say is to say singakodlelani, you know. My body is no longer mine, his body is no longer his. Not to abuse, but to use. So if Msa, you know, wants to engage with sex with me, he needs to speak my language. In order for him to get what he wants, he needs to first speak my language. What's my language? I love affection. I love someone telling me, Guti, I love you. Oh, you're so beautiful. Holding me and all. Yabo. Before we even get to the bed, he needs to start speaking my language, so that by the time we get there, now I am willing. You understand? So that's how we use each other. You know, you need to learn how to use your partner to get what you want. Like, it sounds very selfish, but that's marriage, guys. Like, we are serving each other, yes, but now you know, you become savvy in how into now more fun. You need to first strategize with, okay, how can I get it? Okay, I want shoes from Mumsa. What can I do? Okay, I need to first like make him feel like a man, like maybe throw in like, you know, compliments of honor here and there, you know, when he's like, hey, Lulu, pass me that thing. Yeah, baba. And then he's gonna feel respected. And then when he touches me, I must be willing. How babngongo yazi ngishotela ngesicathulo uzovela athi asingene emotweni sihambe siyosithenga manje, you know. So you become savvy in the way you like nawe othola ngawo ama-needs wakho from your partner, naye same, yabo. So it's a give, it's a win-win, yabo. In order for you to win, you must make him win. Kanjani.
So guys, sex is very, very important. So yeah, we can make examples amaningi, but honestly speaking, yabo, you don't want to use sex to punish your partner as well, because also, as we said,
and we do that
as we said with him, these things in a power dynamic, it makes
all of them.
It makes abantu to dominate, especially money and sex. So women will think just because you see your man crawling for sex, coming to you crawling for sex, now you think manje you have power over your man.
Yes,
that is a very, very,
you are setting yourself up for failure.
You are trapping the marriage. You are frustrating this pillar of sex, and once you frustrate this pillar, my sister, ama result alog, they are dire for your relationship. You will regret, because what is going to happen? This guy is going to look for sex and cheat on you now, and affect the marriage, all these
can
things.
I please clarify
and then
this now?
That
is not a threat. A man is gonna go out. There is this notion in society right now, Guti. Akaphume makuwukuthi ufuna ukuphuma akaphume, mina ngifuni, yabo, it's my body. Emshadweni ayisebenzi lento bafowethu. Umzimba wakho wakhe, owakho owakhe. You understand?
Not
like leyo notion yokuthi he's gonna go out and look for it somewhere else. This thing is a need kuye, yabo. It's not a need kuye, but kuwe, it's not a need, but kuye, it's a need. So in the istingo, you cannot live without it. Awukwazi ukuphila ngaphandle kwamanzi, awukwazi ukuphila ngaphandle kokudla, yabo. So nendoda yakho ayikwazi ukuphila ngaphandle kwesex. Megethi coming from a man ukuthi he will go out, yabo. It's not a threat. It's something that will happen because he needs to satisfy this need, yabo. Agafuni, yabo. There's somewhere I read, Guti, sex for a man and a woman is different. For us women, it's more about love and strengthening the love. But for men, it's just the act of sex. It's just a release of energy. You understand? So when you are depriving your man of that, thinking when Wuti, you are depriving him of Izulu Nomhlab, he can get it somewhere else. Like, I'm just trying to highlight Wuti, it's not a threat. It's something, if you do that, just know Wuti, your man will eventually, whether it's 10 years later, whether it's 20 years later, he will eventually go out and look for it somewhere else.
Yes. So to round off all these three pillars, someone will say, these guys are saying sex, your body, body wesifazane doesn't belong to her anymore, belongs to me. Now it sounds forceful, it sounds understand what you are doing. That's what we are saying.
Yes.
Understand that the relationship that you are in, which is called marriage, understand that. Sit down and talk. Talking is very healthy. It doesn't mean ukuthi ngeke kube nama problems along these pillars, because once kwaba ne problem kwi-pillar yodwa, as I said, if we sex, when he goes out to look for sex, he will have to fund the going out.
Yes.
Now it affects the man of the family, because now how are you going? Because girls out there are looking for man, they will say, then you have to fund this thing now. It you see now it affects the money. Now even the priorities, now they are going to switch, because now there's this other woman that is so closer to you, and then this one, then you don't know what you are doing. You are confused. So look, in the partnership, don't be the partner who is frustrating one of the pillars. Make sure, as we said, money belongs to all of you. Even imzimba yenu belongs to all of you.
Yes, to the
relationship. So guys, thank you so much for watching our videos. Make sure that you subscribe for more information that we are going to present. Remember, we said this is our interpretation of marriage. We know people are going to disagree with some of the things that we are saying.
Definitely.
But Tina, this is how we interpret marriage. This is what we have seen. This is how we have received things from e-counseling and all those things to say, what you are doing, guys, take care of it. This is how it works.
And literally experience.
Yeah.
Like, there's, khona ezinye izinto ezikhulunywayo like counseling or ezishunyayelwayo enkonzweni or ebandleni or at church, ziyashunyayelwa, and then you try apply it at home and it's just not working, and then you go to, and then you try ezinye izinto and then they work. What we are speaking about, it's tried and tested. This is our experience so far, and we are not saying that we are experts, but
thank you so much. Bye see you next video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share the video, call your friend to come along and say